Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams and welcome to your reading. I'm so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in for you. Thank you, Spirit. I'm gonna light another stick of incense because that one's almost burned down from the last reading. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. I'm hearing take off. You're taking off. This could be literally, maybe you're moving somewhere in the physical realm, but for sure, for certain, in the spirit realm, you're taking off. You're going to a place that's unimaginable. So as of yet, you have not seen the manifestation of what you're about to experience yet. You may have seen aspects of it or gotten the vibe of it, but it's such a blessing that you have yet to visualize it in its entirety. Okay, but you're going to. 1, 2, 3 on the timer. You're going to. Ooh, that's exciting. So I had asked Spirit what deck to start with, and they said the empath. What is it? Oh, the empath's oracle. And then as I was shuffling, these 3 fell out. They were like, those are for the divine collective. So we've got bonding with the rhythm of life. Okay, there's something about the way that you move. I'm hearing that Outcast song. I like the way you move. Also, you know, it's funny because Outcast, the group, they've been coming to me like just flashes of their performances or lyrics to their songs, and what I'm getting is that there may have been something that someone tried to outcast you for, like outcast you, cast you out of a social group or a family, okay, or some sort of community. You may have felt like an outcast at some point, but you know, one thing about that music group is that they have been known for their unconventional music genius. Okay. So whoever was trying to exclude you or tell you that you were not fit for whatever it was that they had going on, like you were never meant to be a part of that. Whatever time within that situation you experienced, it helped you grow, but you were never meant to remain a part of that group. Okay? So whatever experiences you had, you allowed that to serve you, to teach you, to help you grow. But you knew when it was time to be like, okay, I see that separation as a blessing. And that's what Divine is confirming for you, is that whatever group or society or family group has cast you out, if you haven't realized it yet, you will soon realize that that was one of the most divine blessings you could have ever experienced, no matter how much it hurt at the time. Ashe, thank you, Spirit. So you are bonding with the rhythm of life. There's something about the way you're moving, beautiful being, that's so divine. It's so you, it's so unique, it's so different. And see, that's the thing, is that you never would have found your unique rhythm if you had not separated yourself from the past. I just saw 414, which also came through on the last reading. Yep. You're finding your unique rhythm. I feel like you may have already found it or you are finding it. Okay? I love these cards because they are very abstract, so you can see what you see in them. You might see different elements in them: water, fire, earth, air, okay, spirit. When I hold them up to the camera, just let them speak to you however they might speak to you. That was card 40. This is card 27, manifesting the future. This is how you're manifesting the future, by bonding with the rhythm of life, but your rhythm. See, you're not moving the way that somebody else told you to. I'm getting Lilith energy. Like, that's the ultimate baddie energy. You want to talk about baddie? You know, I know that society has a way of defining a baddie, but in my opinion, a baddie is someone who does what they are divinely inspired to do, not caring about what other people are trying to manipulate them or control them or coerce them into doing. They listen to the truth that comes from within themselves, from their higher source, their higher power, okay? So this is how you're manifesting the future with this independent, beautiful, divine energy. And the great thing is that that independent Lilith energy often brings us to our soul tribe. Like, there's an aspect of ourselves that always remains independent because, you know, we are individuals, but there's something about you blending with your true soul tribe, joining with them, uniting with them, and just knowing that it's right. You don't have to ask, is this my people? Are you really them? You don't have to ask that because you feel it. Okay? There's a certain level of consistency there. And, you know, I think that brings up a good point, because a lot of times people can appear to be soul tribe because they might speak the same type of, you know, like especially in the spiritual community, a lot of times a person will kind of, you're like, oh wow, we say the same phrases, we, you know, or we might kind of dress the same, or even if you have natural hair and you're like, oh yes, you know, something like that. But then you start to hear them and you're like, and then you hear them, then you listen and you're like, maybe that's something that we have in common. We have some things in common on certain levels, but are we true soul tribe? I don't know, you know. But when you find your soul tribe, as you connect with them, as you attract them and they attract you, you're gonna know that that's your true soul tribe. And it's going to be because there's a consistency that you find in them. Doesn't mean they're always perfect, because nobody is. But it means that they're consistent with their rhythm. Just like you're in your rhythm of life, your soul tribe will also be in their rhythm of life. And the two will be a very good fit for one another. The 2, the 3, the 4. Okay, and then card 33, we have awareness of cosmic influences. I don't know if I showed you that other card for manifesting the future. All right, also you're manifesting the future by appreciating and being grateful in this present moment. Card 33, awareness of cosmic influences. Yeah, and you know what? You're aware of the cosmic influences that come from above and all around. Like, you know, there's all dimensions. On all dimensions, you're aware of the cosmic influences. Whether it's something that is benevolent or malevolent, at the end of the day, where you are now, beautiful being, it all serves you. It all serves you. Why? Because you have achieved a certain level of awareness where there's nothing that can destroy what's meant to remain. There's nothing, there's no attack, there's no words. I don't care how hurtful something is that somebody says to you or how much they intend to hurt you. It cannot take you away from your divine purpose. And you know what? That's bringing me back to that original, I almost wanted to call it the original sin. So that could have been one of the first traumas that you ever experienced, beautiful being. Doesn't have to apply, but it could resonate, where somebody made you feel like you weren't a part of the clique, the family, the group. And maybe that hurt you so badly, but you know what? There's nothing, because of that, and because of your willingness to heal that wound and the work that you have consistently done and still do to rise above that, to alchemize that, there is nothing that anybody could say or do to you that would take away the truth of who you are. Facts. Okay? You're aware of cosmic influences. Thank you, Spirit. Let's go here. Okay, they said start with the index cards, and then we're going to get to that Kemetic Tarot. It's just not time yet. Thank you, Spirit. All right, let's see what's coming through with the cards. Okay, well, not feeling appreciated. Exactly. So you've already been there, done that. And the reason why somebody wanted you to feel like this is because they were jealous of your gifts that they saw and felt before you were aware of them. And the way that they treated you, I can tell you that it wasn't just jealousy, it was envy. They wanted you to feel like an outcast. But you know what? If you hadn't felt like an outcast, you would not have bonded with your unique rhythm of life. Okay, this is the song Drive by Incubus. Fear does not have power over you. That's a good song. I don't know it to sing it, like well enough to sing it, but oh, 11:11 on the timer. Maybe somebody's supposed to hear that song. If you listen to the lyrics, it really is very good. It's about living above fear, realizing that the fear does try to come, but we have a choice of whether we live in fear or above fear. Island in the Sun by Weezer. So this is soul tribe energy, beautiful being. There's somebody around you who's been in the same frequency of feeling like an outcast. Look, with a sweet soulmate in paradise. That's the vibe of the song, is like you're with a sweet soulmate in paradise. So there is somebody who, because of the divine work that you have done and that they have also done, you have bonded together as your soul tribe. It doesn't have to be romantic, but it could be. But you are now realizing that you've manifested paradise after living through hell. You realize that hell is a state of mind, it's a state of being, and you've already been there, done that. And hell is not a place where we just remain. We go through it. And that's what you've done. And there's someone else. If you have not manifested this person into your world yet, just know that it's on the way. Because these readings can apply to the past, present, and future. So it depends on where you are on the timeline. But for whoever this reading resonates with, yeah, Island in the Sun, Weezer. I love that song. There's somebody that you together are either manifesting paradise or you already have. Somebody wanted you to be in explosive anger. I usually don't take these in the reverse, but I love that it is in the reverse, because you reverse right on out of that. Whatever emotions somebody wanted you stuck in, you're not there anymore, if you ever were. Now, just by feeling the energy of this reading, it's very possible that at one time you were shifting based on emotions, based on feelings, based on emotions, like riding the waves. You could have been riding somebody else's waves, because, you know, a lot of those of us who have been outcast, made to feel like we don't belong, you know, before we were in our own energy long enough to adjust to our own vibe. 1414 on the timer, that's temperance, which is what you manifested. We a lot of times did go based on other people's emotions. You know, there could have been enmeshment where you were basing your emotions on other people's emotions, and maybe you were in relationships where they were doing this as well. There could have been codependency, okay? And these are things that we learn based on how we grow up. But see, that's what's so remarkable about you, beautiful being, is that despite what you were given, you turned it into your paradise. Because you chose to manifest your future in the way that you want to. You've already won. Somebody didn't want this. I don't know why I'm reading these in the reverse. Diverse? What's a diverse? Maybe somebody wants to take away what you're saying. Diverse, like you spit verses, you know. Maybe somebody wants you to backtrack on something you said. They don't like what you're saying. Well, they can put some earplugs in, you know. They don't have to listen. If you put something out there, beautiful being, and somebody doesn't like it, then they need to turn the channel. They need to tune into a different frequency. But expecting you to stop talking, to stop speaking your truth, to stop writing, to stop sharing, you've already won. Because you realize all the important lessons. It's something about that. Someone lost their psychic abilities because they misused them constantly. This is clarified with a yes. That is for certain. That somebody has lost their psychic abilities while trying to use them to abuse you. Well, you're a diamond. I just got a notification about something called a diamond. Okay, you're a diamond. Yeah, so you've done the right thing with the pressure that you were under. You use that pressure to become even more beautiful. Because see, a diamond in the rough is also beautiful. But you used your potential and turned it into something real. Something honest, something solid. Oh, this one came through. Cher keeps coming through in this ring. If I could turn back time. Yeah. Yeah, somebody regrets. They're sitting around. Oh, that's sad. I heard wasting away. See, I was laughing and it's like, oh, that's sad. Somebody's like, well, you know what I'm getting is that they're wasting their energy and they're wasting their potential. Okay? They're wasting their potential. Watching you, but not in a way where they're observing you. Okay? But not in a way where they want to learn. Seeds are being planted. Because on some level they're absorbing something that will help them in the future. Okay, so you might share information. It could just be somebody who sees you come into work every day and you're shining, you're glowing. I'm getting that somebody may have reduced their schedule because they don't have to work as much. That might be something that you've done in your life. Like maybe you were overworking or working too many hours, and so now you're like putting more emphasis on your creative space, your creative energy, and so you have reduced the amount of time that you are working either outside of your home or working at a job that eventually you will no longer be working at because you will be doing something else. Okay, but there's some sort of move that you've made. Could be a literal move, or it could just be steps that you've taken in the right direction towards your freedom. And somebody observes this, but they sitting back like, with that stank face. You know, they got their stank face on. When they could be taking notes. But it's okay. It's okay. Because you're good. Also, I'm getting from it's okay that this is all a part of the process. That they're supposed to be learning from you. And even if they don't do it in the best frequency, in some way, you are still planting seeds just by being you. Isn't that a great feeling? Knowing that you are doing divine work just by working on yourself. And being you and loving you. I think that's really, really beautiful. It's too late to apologize. It's too late. That's why somebody's mad, because they realize it's too late to come in and get in on these goodness. Yeah. They wish they could. Singing, okay, well, singing, yeah. You might sing to clear your energy. You know, whether you sing by yourself or sing along with a track playing or listen to somebody else's singing and you just vibe with that. There's something about music and clearing your energy. Also, you might use incense to clear energy. Something about air, because both of those are air energy. Singing and incense is something about your throat chakra. It's something about air energy. Also, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra is coming through, since, you know, those are our air signs. There's something really beautiful about your air. The way you speak. You have magic in your voice. You know, like those voices where you can feel the vibration. Like somebody speaks and you can literally feel the vibration in your body. Like, tell me that's not a gift. I came across that the other day. I was watching a video. Now, it's crazy because they have AI voices that mimic that, but it don't hit the same. But, you know, sometimes a person will speak, because it's not that often that I come across that, where I will hear a person speak, and usually it's a very deep voice. So usually it's a man's voice, a male's voice, okay? Mailman could be significant. But it could be in a woman's voice as well, okay? But it's something about just the tone, where when they speak, you can feel the vibration inside you. There's something about your voice that is so magical. And for some of you, it's that when you speak, your water is also working with your air. So your emotion comes through in your voice, and so people are feeling that. It might not be the actual air that they're sensing. It's the emotion, the love, the tenderness that you project with your voice, with your words. You see what I'm saying? It's like the words that you choose to share are so sweet that people feel that. Water and air. Didn't want them then and don't want them now. So there's somebody that is extremely dissatisfied with the choices that they've made. They chose to, now this is what's coming through, because I don't see you as having sides. 2222 on the timer. You like unity. You like unity. Yeah. But somebody chose to create teams, sides, and they took sides against you. This could be that outcast energy. Whoever it is that somebody sided with, they never wanted them. So there's a group, whatever group this is, that tried to treat you like an outcast. They didn't even want each other. You know what it was? They just ganged up with each other because they all were envious of you. Ain't that something? Whoever it was, whether it was a family group, a community group, a neighborhood. I'm hearing for some of y'all back in the day, it could have been a church group, okay? Whatever this group was, a friend group. They teamed up with one another against you. More than likely did the most. 2333, okay? That collaboration energy, yeah. They were collaborating, but they were always hating on each other. The only thing they had in common was that they didn't love themselves and they didn't like you, because they were envious of your truth. The truth of who you are. Beautiful being, I don't even know. What? Spirit. I mean, I guess if somebody had sat down and like broken that down to me, I'd be like, okay, I see it. I see the logic. But coming out of my mouth here, it's like, I don't know why it just feels so shocking. It's like they never liked each other. They didn't want them then and don't want them now. This could have even been a love situation where you had a relationship with somebody and they sided with someone else and started working against you. They didn't like that person. They didn't love that person. They don't even like or love themselves. But they teamed up with them because they vibe on the same frequency of the same low energy. That low level energy of hatred, disgust, disdain. Okay, this is somebody that I'm getting, they wanted you to feel oppressed and depressed. They wanted you to feel like you were stuck in the mud. But even if you were at one time, you discovered all the elements. Okay, because mud is earth and water. But you were like, wait, I got fire, I got air. Let me use all of this. Let me tap into all of this goodness. And you did exactly what you needed to do to move forward and to learn to love yourself. And now they're sitting back like, I can't believe I did this. Yeah, this is like, this could be somebody stalking. You know, I haven't gotten a card like that, but it could be somebody stalking. I know they're watching. For some of you all, this could be somebody stalking you, but they're just sitting back. I was about to say every day, so it feels like stalker energy, beautiful being. But this is a person constantly asking themselves, why did I pick the way that I picked? They know that they clearly picked a loser. But the thing is that they picked the losing team, since they wanted to make teams out of all of this, right? You didn't even want that, but okay. They wanted to pick the team that they picked because they were a match, an energetic match. There was no love. There was no unity. All there was hatred for your divine energy. And now that they've seen you maximize your divine energy, they're like clearly feeling like a fool. And it's undeniable. Not only do they feel like a fool, they look like a fool for choosing the path that they chose to come up against you. But see, that's why that it's okay came through, because it all served you. Whoever this reading is for, either you're not mad now or you're about to not be mad, because you're about to come into so much abundance you don't know what to do with it, honey. Or you might already be there. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Yeah, I know Nat King Cole sang that. I think other people did as well, but it's an old school song. But somebody's name could be Mary, Maria. I'm hearing that, who's that song by? It was a combination. It was Carlos Santana and a guy who sang, but I don't know, but it was Maria, Maria, she reminds me of a West Side Story. Yeah, somebody could be from the West Side, but somebody wanted you to waste your talent, because I was about to say waste as I was trying to say west. Somebody wanted you to waste your talents. But you're not weeping. You're not weeping. Not anymore. If you're crying, it's tears of joy, beautiful being. Okay, I feel like this period of mourning is over. Been there, done that. I keep hearing that. So something's over. Look, eat fresh. This keeps coming through. You're being good to you. You're nurturing and nourishing your body with good things. Somebody's nosy. Yeah, we already see. I told you somebody watching. Like, why? Why'd I do that? Yeah, they definitely regret the choices that they made, but regret can teach people if they let it teach them something. This could be somebody who's polyamorous, okay? Maybe they tried to put you on a list of people. This could be someone that you rejected because of polyamory, okay? And if anyone in the Divine Collective is polyamorous, I'm not criticizing that. But what is not right is to try to force a person or to trick a person or to manipulate a person into becoming polyamorous, right? But perhaps if you're not polyamorous and you refused someone's advances to be that way, they're angry. Maybe that's why they rejected you. I don't know, something about rejection here. Somebody wanted you to feel like an outcast. And I feel like it's because at the very heart of it is a lack of respect. There's something about your truth, because that kept coming through, that somebody hated your divine truth. And that's why they wanted to outcast you. And perhaps your divine truth just simply does not align with what they stand for or what they like. And see, that's where we have to learn to coexist. We have to learn to respect one another for our choices. But if somebody is consistently trying to manipulate you, control you, and coerce you into doing things that you do not agree with or that are outside of what is right for you, they got to go. But that does happen sometimes where you're just like, I don't agree with this. So you're kind of like, you do you, I do me, but I don't agree with that. I don't get down like that. And then they're like, so then they want to outcast you. It could have been that. Take what resonates, beautiful being. You know, maybe you weren't all about separation and teams and taking sides. You were just like, I don't get down like that. But they took that personally, like, well. And then they started a world war. You know what I mean? Yeah, so this is somebody who is gossiping about you, but the gossip is not a threat because you are divine and divinely aligned. I'm hearing that the gossip ended up working for you. For some of you, it may have helped you gain some fame or some notoriety, get more business, get more, if you post online, get more views, get more, okay? Hey, maybe some of y'all got monetized because of the gossip. This could be fake friends. 3141. That's 4 and 5. The people who were supposed to protect you and provide stability for you are now going through a change that they will never forget. Anything we need to know about this change, Spirit? Anything we need to know about this change? Yeah, this is a team. These are people who teamed up against you. They worked against you. Trying to move based on their own self-interest. Yes, exactly. And see, that confirms. It really feels like that, beautiful being, where you were like, okay, maybe you were like, let's let bygones be bygones or something. There was something where you were just like, you set a boundary. Or you were like, I can be cool with you, but I can't do that. Right? And so you wanted to coexist, or you were willing to coexist, but they went too far because they wanted to work against you because you would not do what they wanted you to do. So this comes down to manipulation and control. Yeah, this is a group of people who wanted to manipulate you. They wanted to manipulate you, and they didn't get to. Yeah, 3 of Pentacles. There again, teamwork. Ooh. Because the problem is they wanted, like, there's a being here, whoever was in the team, on this team, quote unquote, there was a person who wanted to be at the top, getting all the fruit, getting all the benefits. And they wanted you, especially, on the bottom. But what that naturally lets me know is that they also wanted everybody else on the bottom. So whatever movement this was that they made, this collaboration, it was all formed because of you. So any flying monkeys, any other people on this quote unquote team, all they were doing was being flying monkeys for a top narcissist who was trying to come against you. It was always, from this person's point of view, between them and you. They were just using other people because they wanted to step on everybody. But what they really cared about was putting you on the bottom. Hey, Miss Boo. Hey, baby girl. Oh, hey, baby girl. Somebody wanted to knock your light over. They don't like the way you shine. They don't like it. They were like, Divine Collective just does too much. Let me put them on the bottom. Now, they could have disguised some of their moves as a love offer, a friendship offer. Okay? They could have had some poison in a cup, but you're here. You're here, beautiful being. So what that lets me know is no matter what they've tried to hit you with, it didn't bring you down. Okay? But also what I'm getting is they wanted you drinking their juice. Like they wanted you believing whatever lies they were spewing. They wanted you, if they were saying something rude about you or critical about you, they wanted you to believe it. Also, somehow, even if they were hidden in the physical, but you picked up on it in the spiritual, right? Energetically, you picked up on it. These are people who could have been hiding their energy, but trying to come through with a lot of criticism, maybe through fake accounts. All right? In some way, whether they said something like snide comments in a group chat, or maybe even creating fake accounts and trying to get into your head, there's something that this being and their flying monkeys wanted you to believe about yourself, and they wanted to really get at the heart of how you feel about yourself with this Ace of Cups, because you know Ace of Cups is self-love. This person did not want you loving yourself. And also, like when Delilah tried to, or she won't trying to, but hey, maybe she was, I don't know. But when she was trying to go under my table, the light, this person was trying to knock over your light. They didn't want you to shine. Thank you, Delilah, for that message. This person does not like the way that people see you, and so they've tried to fool other people into thinking a certain way about you. But ultimately, they only did that because they couldn't get to you and the comments that they made directly to you. Okay? So this person may have made little snide comments trying to get at you, making you feel insecure and insignificant, but you would never, all right? And then if they weren't able to get to you that way, if they felt like they weren't making any headway with that, then they were trying to hide and make it appear as though other people were feeling a certain way about you. They also wanted to get other people to see you in a certain light. Like, who has time for all of that? You know? And the thing is we all have the same 24 hours in a day. So with this person spending it trying to rally people against you, trying to twist people's thoughts into thinking very negatively about you, was it worth it? Absolutely not, because we've already seen that you've already won. They lost. They lost. You never wanted to play games with this person, but they wanted to. So since they wanted to play games, they played and they lost. They could not knock your light down. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you're moving on to calmer waters with the Six of Swords. And you're doing so beautifully. That's what I'm hearing. You got the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, I love how Spirit works in these readings where they'll let us see where we are, where the karmically aligned beings are, and where we are as the divine collective. You see what I'm saying? It's like a beautiful balance. Some people say you should only think about the divine collective. Well, at some point, hopefully the people who are karmic and on that timeline will become divinely aligned. But unless we understand both, what are we doing? You see what I'm saying? Because I remember a time when I was karmically aligned. I was doing karmic things. I got tired of it. I got tired of suffering because I realized that I was suffering. And so I was willing to take whatever accountability I needed to in order to become divinely aligned. And that's why I'm so grateful. But Yeah. Somebody's in the Ten of Swords and it is exposed. And they're trying very hard to determine how they're going to make something work, because they've got the Two of Pentacles here. So they're trying really hard to balance. So this is someone who's in the Ten of Swords, number one, because of their choices. Number two, they're in the Ten of Swords because they feel exposed. Well, they are exposed. People see them for who they truly are instead of who they tried to manipulate people into thinking that they are. And now they're trying desperately to keep it all together. What am I going to do? I really feel like this person is struggling with their ego. That's also apparent with the sun there, the sun's energy. This is somebody who's desperately struggling with their ego because, you know, and it's significant that I brought up how I used to struggle and I got tired of struggling and suffering. So I chose to change. But in order for me to change, I had to be like, I don't care what you think. You over there, you over there, y'all over there. I don't care. I didn't care what changes I needed to make and how it made me look like a failure or a winner. I really didn't care. I was just like, I know I can't do this no more. So I started moving in a different direction. And I wasn't looking for anybody to save me. That's the key. That's the ding, ding, ding. That's the ding, ding, ding in this reading. I stopped looking for anybody to save me. And see, we've been trained to do that. Religion teaches us, oh, somebody will save us, you know. They died on the cross, so he saved you. No, you have to. I didn't want to get into a religious discussion, but truly on the spiritual path, we have to know ourselves. It's not enough to believe that we're saved. What are we going to do when we are met with a choice? We are at a crossroads, and we can either keep on this same path that's ending in suffering and all kinds of painful endings and trauma and drama and chaos, or we can go over here and do something differently. And we don't know yet everything that's on it, but we know it's better than that. And, you know, moving forward, not caring that somebody's watching us change. I mean, change is good. Change is great. Change signifies growth. As long as we're changing in a positive way, we're growing. So who cares what anybody thinks? You know? I know that's right. Somebody might listen to Cardi B. Okay. All right, so let's see. At the bottom here, we have Nine of Cups. Listen, beautiful being. You have a Nine of Cups. And this is your fulfillment. This card keeps coming through. And I love it. Somebody wanted to cause conflict to it, but it doesn't matter because you are coming through as the Queen of Pentacles. All right? You're coming through as the Queen of Pentacles. You are stable. It doesn't matter what sort of Eight of Swords somebody tries to throw, because somebody wanted you blind to the truth. Somebody wanted you to feel like you were imprisoned. And that just ain't gonna happen. Because you're in the Six of Cups, Four of Wands. Okay, there's something so beautiful about what you've built. Also, that was in this reading, right? The sun, island in the sun. Yeah, that's that Four of Wands coming through. Spirit was like, we ain't forget. Okay. So with the Six of Cups and the Four of Wands, there is a soulmate. Look, and Six of Cups is soulmate. Yep. You have a beautiful soulmate that you are divinely united with, and it's because you've both made it work. Somebody wanted you in the Eight of Swords about this. Somebody wanted you to doubt the Ace of Cups. So this could be that relationship that somebody was also jealous of, very envious of. You know, it's like when they're jealous, they give you the stank face. When they're envious, they want to ruin it. They either want to take it for themselves or they want to ruin it. And that's how this person and their flunkies, their flying monkeys were. Okay, they wanted to steal your joy and they couldn't. And you are only multiplying. Your blessings are multiplying exponentially. Ashe, thank you, Spirit. I'm going to close with one of these cards, or however many come through. Thank you, Divine. I went a little long in this one, but thank you, Divine. I'm grateful. What's coming through for this beautiful being? Okay, we've got strength, intuition, and compassion. These are things that Divine is saying somebody wanted to create a hassle for you to experience these frequencies, to experience strength. They wanted to try your strength and your intuition and your compassion. Within a friendship, within a soulmate bond, but you move with grace and divinity. Now that also could be like moving forward. Somebody might be trying to try you. Okay, so what I would do is for strength, all right, that's like Leo energy. I would connect with healing frequencies for the solar plexus. Your intuition, I would listen to healing frequencies for the third eye, or whatever it is that you do for those chakras. Okay, I'm saying healing frequencies, but you could connect with the water, do a spiritual bath. You could connect with the sunlight for the solar plexus. Okay, whatever works for you. And then also compassion, that's your heart space. Yes, so it's coming through that somebody really was, and perhaps still is, trying to make it difficult for you to connect with this soulmate bond because it's so divinely blessed. But you're above that because you move with grace and divinity. Yes, and you have peace. Listen, they can't touch your peace. But if you feel these energies like trying to creep, if you feel the little darts or whatever, then it's your solar plexus, your third eye, and your heart space, your heart chakra, that by strengthening those areas, those frequencies within you, man, the energy that came through in this reading, there's nothing that can take you down or that can remove blessings from your life, because you've already chosen to align with your most divine timeline. And that's what you're doing, and it's what you'll continue to do. Ashe. Thank you, Spirit. I'm so grateful for these messages. Thank you for allowing them to flow through me, and thank you, beautiful being, for taking the time to tune in. I appreciate you so much. I'm also so grateful for your likes, your kind comments, your shares, your subscribes, your hypes, and your donations. Every single bit of love, every ounce of love that you send to In Her Dreams, I am so thankful for. I love you, and I wish you peace. I wish you joy and so many blessings. Take care.